Game that did not come to fruition for us. Got to give San Diego State a lot of credit. Going into this game, we knew what they wanted to do. They wanted to run the football, and they did run the football. They ran it for 311 yards. And when a team can control the clock and play good defense like they did the first, especially the second half, it was a tied-up game in the first half, but not allowing you to score until the waning minutes of the game, that's never good. So there's a lot of things we got to look at. We got to get it corrected. I like the way we fought back there at a couple minutes left in the game, trying to get this thing back to maybe have a chance to win it. Just fell a little short, but you got to give San Diego a lot of credit. San Diego State, they ran the football on us, got to the second level. We missed some tackles, and 311 yards, hard to win a football game when you allow people to run like that.
Can you walk us through the end of the first half, the 4th and 1 that you went for, and then they came back and scored the touchdown? That was a crucial sequence.
Yeah, it was a big sequence because at that point we're up and feeling like if we make it, worst case scenario, we'll maybe get in a score and get up 2 scores. And then if not, you just figure that, hey, they're not going to go 90 yards on us, and they didn't go 90 yards on us, and so that was a big swing for them. And then the third quarter was an even game, you know, and they kicked the field goal and felt like we were still in the game, and then their rushing game just kind of took over. We couldn't get off the field, and we weren't very good with offense either, with a lot of 3 and outs, you know, and you can't play like that against a team like this. They know how to play in those circumstances. When they get a lead, they're going to milk the clock. They're going to run the football, and the quarterback hurt us a bunch too. You know, he left the pocket at times and made some plays with his legs. So very disappointing because we knew exactly what they were trying to do. They just beat us to the punch, you know. And I look at some of the decisions I made. I'd make that decision every time. I just think, you know, they did the same thing. They made their 4th and 1s. We did not. And I think there comes a point in the game where you got to make a decision. And when it doesn't work, people are going to say, why'd you do it? You could have kicked the field goal. Going on the road like this, and the game it was in, we had momentum on offense. I thought we could make 4th and 1. And I'll do it again when I deem necessary. I'll do it again, and hopefully our defense won't allow them to go 90 yards and score.
Coach, this is another game where your offense had trouble sustaining drives. What do you see as the ways to fix that moving forward?
Well, we get behind the chains. You know, when you don't make positive yards on first down, it gets you in 2nd and long, and that's not good. And you play a team like this that does a lot of movement up front. You know, they put you in bad situations, and we've got to make more positive yards on first down, and we haven't been able to do that. I mean, we're in a lot of 2nd and 10s, and vice versa now. We get them in some 3rd and longs, and they get out. And we had them pinned back a couple times, and we let them out on defense, and that's not good. Because you knew going into this, after this thing kept playing out, it was a field position game for the most part. And then we felt like we had a lead. You know, you want to score because you know what they're going to do. They're going to run the football and not allow you to possess the ball. So you got to put points on the board when you can, and touchdowns make them come out of their mode. You know, if you kick field goals against these guys, they can still run the football. They got to get down a couple scores, so they have to get out of their comfort zone and throw it. I don't even know how many passes they threw in the second half. They seemed like they threw a pass. I don't know. Maybe 10 passes at the most. They just ran the football.
Herm, when they were reviewing the targeting, did you know that they were looking at whether or not it was an impact?
Well, they look at everything. When that happens, that's the rule. They're going to look at every facet of the play, you know, and it just happened to be, they said he didn't catch it. We thought he had caught it. Felt like we had a good play dialed up to maybe score and get in the game, but it didn't work out that way.
So your guys are telling you in the headset that he did catch it?
Yeah, we thought he caught it. You know, now, when they reviewed it, I mean, that's, all bets are off. You know, when they review it, and you go with that. And obviously they said he didn't catch it, so there you go.
Coach, you guys had 13 yards of offense in the 3rd quarter. What changed after halftime?
Well, they stopped us for the most part. A lot of 3 and outs. We you know, due to penalties, we had bad field position. We're not doing a good job of fielding kickoffs. I mean, 2 times we come out. We practice all week. When you're 3 yards inside the end zone, don't come out with it. Take it at the 25. You know, we're backed up a lot of times. That's just mental errors. You can't do that. You can't bring that thing out and not get to the 25. But we talked about it all week. We practiced on it all week, and for some reason we decided to come out with it. That's not good.
Herm, the play on 4th and 1, you said you'd do it again. Were you happy with the play though, or?
Well, you know, I'm not going to second guess. I'm not going to second guess the play call. But I just think in those situations, you got some momentum going. you know that you need to score to get it to a game where we're comfortable, where they have to play from a 2-score lead rather than playing with the lead they had, because then they can run the football, because that's the type of team you're playing. They're not comfortable coming back 2 scores when they got to throw it a lot. And so, you know, you're trying to really get ahead knowing we're going to get the ball in the 3rd quarter. They're going to kick it off to us. And lo and behold, you know, we don't make it. But then again, you feel like you don't make it. Guess what? We get a 3 and out. They'll have to punt the ball back to us. We'll get the ball back and maybe have an opportunity to put some more points on the board, whether it's a field goal or whatever. It didn't work out.
Why did the run D struggle so much today?
They got up on the 2nd level, and we missed some tackles, and they just stayed constant in what they were doing. We knew what they were doing. And we didn't do a good job of stopping them, you know, and you got to give them credit. I mean, there's a reason they're averaging about 10 wins a year. You know, they run their offense, and it's honed. It's a good offense. It's a time-consuming offense. And they had a young quarterback in there, and he did a good job of making some plays with his legs that hurt us as well.
Do you think the lack of sustained drives on offense tonight negatively affected the defense at all?
No, I just think both sides didn't play, you know, up to their potential. I thought at the end we showed some fight. We got the ball back for the offense, and the offense made some plays before that score to get it within a score. So I like that part of it, but there was too much in between all that from the start of the 2nd half until the last 3 minutes of the game. We didn't do a whole lot on either side of the ball.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
You guys have a good evening.